Hello and bienvenue to Life's Questions and Lessons, the Self-Reflection Podcast. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. Let's get started with today's question. How much self-time would you include at the start of your day? How much self-time would you include at the start of your day? So we are in our If You Could Design Your Life from Scratch series. And the next step, and what we've basically been doing every episode, is building upon this concept. Sometimes if a question is really, really big, it's hard to imagine. Like if I say, imagine your life in 5 years, that might be really difficult. That's hard for me. I don't really do big stuff. I kind of break things down, i.e. the reason I have a 5-minute podcast. But, I wanted to really bring this question forward because I am a retired people pleaser. I will say that again. I am a retired people pleaser. So many, many moons ago, I would do things to please other people. I would run myself into the ground, basically, to make sure that my family and my friends were taken care of before I took care of myself. And I learned the hard way that is a horrible, horrible, horrible way to create a life that you actually want to live. You have to put yourself first. You have to put your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical well-being at the top of your list. So I hope you are hearing this from a retired people pleaser. But this question, I wanted to get really specific and say self-time. So I can't see you, you can't see me, but if you started this series and you've been asking yourself these questions while you're including the people in your life, so we're thinking about like how you want to start your day. Did you include what you wanted to do with your husband or your kids or your partner or your XYZ? Or did you start thinking about it with yourself in mind? I really want you to get into the mindset of thinking about what you want, just you. And if you're one of those people that you've never been able to think about how much self-time you want in the morning, today is the day. It's the better time now than later. And really allow yourself, again, the space to imagine, to dream, right? Use your imagination. What would you do with time to yourself, right? That could be another way to ask yourself this question, or an alternative question, I should say. What would you do with time to yourself in the morning, right? What would that look like? How would it feel? Whew, I'm getting happy. And I will say, as I'm dreaming and I'm kind of imagining designing my life from scratch, there is a certain amount of self-time that I really want in the morning. Now we'll get into this a little bit later, but I also don't want you to get practical. This is not the time to be like, oh, well, I don't know. No, just dream. Just put it out there. Write it down. Draw it out. Explore this question in whatever way works best for you. So as always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you're listening to my words. And if this episode has been helpful for you, please share it. We are here on this planet to help each other. So if it was helpful for you, it's probably going to be helpful for someone else. And until next time, take care.